Okay, welcome to another version of the science video tutorial. Today we're going to be doing the June 2010 Regents Exam. So remember please that you can go over to the New York State website here with the archive for Regents Exams. How to get here, it's very simple. Go from Google or Science Regents search. It'll bring up very first link, this archive of first science exams. And we are on the June 2010 in this particular tutorial. So if you need to take a second to stop the video here and download and print out a copy of the exam or the answer key, then that would be a good thing to do before we get started. I am going to get right to it here. All right, so question number one. Okay. Uh, Pick my pen. I'm going to do a smiley face for the writing answers already. Okay, number one. Diagrams below show heavy mass moving back and forth in a straight line direction. The apparent direction of movement changes over time. So we can see that that's indicated by the arrows and the phantom dotted line here. Well, this is modeling the Foucault pendulum, which, as you remember from astronomy, that's going to be providing evidence that Earth rotates. So there's the answer to that one. Moving on to number two. Compared to the terrestrial planets, the Jovian planets. So it's good. There's a lot of information about these two particular sets of planets that you have to remember. So remember that terrestrial planets are the inner planets. They're made out of rock. They're denser planets. Uh, Jovian planets, they're larger, they're gassy, and they're farther out. So because of their gassiness, they have actually a lower density, and because of their being farther away, they're going to have longer periods of orbit, longer periods of revolution. So when we compare the answer choices, given all that criteria, we find that choice 4 here, longer periods of revolution, is the one that would be most accurate for this particular question. Number 3, factors that cause the perpendicular rays, right, the direct rays of the vertical rays of the sun to move between the latitudes here of the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. That's got to be due to tilt of Earth's axis and going around the sun, which is the revolution. So that will set number 1 apart from choice number 2 there. Okay, up here to question number 4. Stars, luminosity. That is going to be, if we go to the Earth Science reference tables here, this is the HR diagram chart if we want to compare luminosity. So we look at what they want to know. They want to know similar. So Betelgeuse and Bernard star. If we look at Betelgeuse, potato, and Bernard's, they're very, very different in luminosities when we look at those two. Procyon b and Proxima Centauri. We look over here. Uh, let's see, Procyon b is down here. Proxima Centauri. Ooh, these are virtually, identical. They're very, very close. Starting to think that's probably going to be the answer, but just to make sure we're not jumping the gun, let's take a look. Polaris and Sun. Okay, the Sun, Polaris, we've got up here, so very different compared to those two. And Alpha Centauri and Sirius. So let's see, Sirius up here, Alpha Centauri down there. These ones are, a little closer than, some of the others, but definitely Procyon b and Proxima Centauri being the closest and most similar on the luminosity scale here. So that's got to be our answer for that one. Okay. The map below, for question number 5, map below shows the location of this crater created at 65.5 million years ago by an asteroid impact. Okay, right there off the Yucatan Peninsula. If we remember that this is something that was connected to the extinction of the dinosaurs, which believed to be connected with outgassing of volcanic stuff halfway around the world where the shock waves met and the Deacon traps. This event occurred, I'll get right, look at that, number 1, extinction of dinosaurs. Perfect. So, all right, very nice. And moving on. Where has the process of nuclear fusion been occurring for over 4 billion years? Nuclear fusion, remember, that is the main reaction that takes place within a star. And then when we look at our answer choices here, they're going to be talking about the sun, the only star here, and the answer choices, there would be. And the last question here on the first page. Another altitude of Polaris type question. Should be very familiar with these. Utica, New York. Polaris is observed at an altitude of approximately. Okay. We know that the altitude of Polaris, the angle it is in the sky, is going to be equal to your latitude. So if we look that up in the reference table, we want Utica, New York. It'll be on page 3 of the reference table. Oh, and we have to rotate this thing. Okay, Utica, New York, right here. And we see that that's right around 43 degrees northern latitude. And therefore, when we look at our answer choices, okay, 43 is right here. Boom. All right, page 1, done. And we're going to move forward here. I'm going to stop the recording. And you can review some of the same questions here if you need to. And if not, move to the next one, which will be the page 2.